Good morning, friends. My name is Allie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're starting off with cleaning the kitchen and the living room and a crock pot recipe. And then we're going to get into the back to school prep. And then I have some more cleaning and some decluttering and organizing and stuff. This is a video you do not want to miss. I'm going to make sure it's extra long and extra good. So keep watching. My kids are literally the sweetest, and my daughter was folding these blankets, and then she started picking up the popcorn on the floor. Even though I was coming to vacuum it up, she went ahead and picked it up. We are just doing some cleaning in the first part of this video, and then I have a chicken and dumplings crockpot recipe for you. I will have that linked in the description box. And then we are going to be doing a ton of back to school prep. I have a ton of hacks for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned till the end.
You don't want my heart, you don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. You don't want my heart, you don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. And I'm thinking about you.
So I'm actually going to be doing a ton of decluttering. I'm going to declutter every square inch of this house, and everything I don't want I am going to run by my neighbor to see if she needs it. If you haven't heard in my previous videos, they did have a electrical fire. Their house didn't burn down, but it's still a big process and a lot of smoke damage. So if you like that sort of thing, then make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell so the notifications are turned on so you know exactly when I upload. I typically upload on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm going to try to squeeze in a 4th video for you guys once school starts. It all just depends on if I can keep up with it or not. I have all 3 kids in sports this year, or this season. My 2 boys are playing football, and then my daughter does cheerleading. Okay, we are jumping right into the chicken and dumplings video. You need 2 cans of cream of chicken, 1 onion, 2 cups of chicken broth, garlic powder and onion powder, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, as well as 2 chicken breasts.
Oh, I think I know what you're doing.
We are going to combine all these ingredients, other than the chicken, in this bowl. And then as you see, I didn't get a big enough bowl. I should have known better. But my little boy, Hunter, is helping me. He absolutely loves to cook, and he wants to be a little chef when he gets older. So I let him help whenever he wants to. He is the taste test master, so you will see him dip his finger in at least 4 times and taste test it, and he will tell me if it needs more salt or more pepper. He is the only child out of my 3 kids that have an interest into cooking, so I absolutely love that. For the garlic powder and the onion powder, I always just eyeball it. You will also need a can of biscuits later in the cooking process, which I will put the instructions and ingredients in the description below.
You don't want my heart, you don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. You don't want my heart, you don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. And I'm thinking about you.
Now on the fire. Yeah, I can't even turn it on.
So I am adding a little bit of cornstarch just to help thicken it up during the cooking process.
You just want me crying over you. Don't want my...
So now I just put the chicken breast in there, and then I dump a can of carrots in there. I forgot that I did add a can of carrots. And then, again, like I said, everything will be in the description box. And then I'm going to pour this mixture over the chicken, and then I'm going to let it cook on high for 3 hours. Or you could cook on low for 5, but I wouldn't have had enough time, so I did do high for 3 hours.
You don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. And I'm thinking about you.
Then once the timer is up, I am going to shred the chicken and put it back in there. And then I am going to cut up a can of biscuits. I like to cut them up in pretty small pieces because they do expand. And then I let that cook on high for 1 hour. this is one of my husband's favorite meal, which is why I made it for him. He requested this, but let me tell you, he's the only one in this house that ate this meal. So he's going to have plenty of leftovers for lunch this week, which is totally fine. I did taste it. It is super good. I wish I could eat it, but I am gluten-free, so I could probably make this recipe gluten-free. I might have to look into doing that, but it turned out so yummy. But now I'm just turning it on high for 1 hour to let the biscuits cook, and then when it is done, it looks like this. So, like I said, my husband was the only one that ate this. We did make our kids try it, and they didn't like it. So when they don't like something, which is very rare, my daughter's super picky, but my boys will eat anything. They actually got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just something quick and easy before practice tonight. But now we're on to the school supplies and the school portion of the video. So what I like to do, this is a big money saving tip, is I get all of their stuff from Target because they seem to have the best deals, and they have coupons you can stack on top of it. So I always order right after the 4th of July because that's like the biggest saving hack. They usually have everything on sale, but then they give you a 20% off coupon you can use the week after the 4th. So what I like to do is I get their list and then I order Target online for pickup. This saves a lot of window shopping and a lot of stress of having to make sure you have everything, because you can take your list and you can just order on the couch. Then your kids are not like, I want this, no, I want that, no, I want this. They have a lot of marketing in school supplies, which, you know, obviously they're trying to make money, but this is a way to save yourself. And then my kids never complain about the cheap school box that they get. And they never complain about the cheap folder and the cheap binders and all of that, because they can't physically see what's there in front of them. But I'm promising you, if I took them into the store, they would want, you know, the best of the best. And, you know, we're on a budget, so that is a huge tip. And another thing I am doing is I am putting all their supplies in different categories, and then I make labels for all of their stuff. You guys, this cabinet right here is prime example why I need to declutter every speck and inch of my house. But I'm going through this cabinet to see what water bottles I need to label with my Cricut machine. I use permanent vinyl, and the permanent vinyl does not come off in the dishwasher, so if I have to throw it in the dishwasher, I know it's gonna stick. Okay, so here is like my kids' little book bag drop zone. I actually purchased another one of these to make more hanging space. I'm gonna get rid of this because I have a different idea, and then I'm actually gonna move these up because I'm gonna put a cube shelf down here. Dude, these walls are so tore up, but ignore that. That's really like on my nerves. But having a drop zone for book bags and shoes and coats is extremely, it's a necessity, especially if you have a small house. Now, I could put that in my hallway, but this has always been our drop zone. Okay, so now we are back in this cabinet because I'm going to get all their new lunch boxes out and their cups for school, and I'm going to be doing something with a little cube organizer. They're like the $30 ones. I already have this one on hand. I took it out of my pantry for the time being. If this works out the way I want it to, I am going to purchase one. I am so hesitant on purchasing furniture like this because if I don't have a spot for it in my house, then it's really, I got to get rid of it because I have nowhere to store it. I do have a shed that typically I store some stuff in, but it's really maxed out right now. But this is from my pantry, and I'm just going to play around with it. Like I said, it is missing a shelf, so if this functions the way I want it to, I am going to get a new one. That way I have 6 cubes instead of 5, which you'll see I do. I think this is how I'm going to set it up because this doesn't have a shelf. So I think I'm going to do it like this. These are just little baskets from Dollar Tree. And what I'm wanting to do is have a place they can put paperwork and their binder and stuff so I can go through it every night. So the idea of this is to have their lunch boxes and their bento boxes and then their cups that they were going to use for school in this little cube thing. I know where everything is, so I'm not scrounging around to try to find it. And most likely, like the bento boxes will be in the dishwasher or I will hand wash them. This will just be an easy place they can unpack their stuff and put their bento boxes on the counter for me. That's what we did last year, but we used that cabinet, which as you can see was a hot mess, and it just ended up knocking all the cups and stuff down. I might look into some new organization for that cabinet, so stay tuned for, all my organizing videos because I'm telling you, they're going to be so good. I did get these wire shelves from the Dollar Tree. They're just like paper holders. I wanted something that you could see, but still like you could pull out if you needed to contain it and whatnot. But I really want to put the binders in there in their folders for like important papers and stuff. Well, then I ended up switching it this way. This is the way I wanted it to go, but there is a shelf missing. So ideally what I wanted to do is have the top row be there where they can put their binders and their folders and any important papers, and then those important papers can sit there for however long they need to. Last year I did something similar, but I had just a cube bin and everybody threw everything in there. I don't want to do this year, so I'm doing this instead. And then I would really like the bottom row to be their shoes, maybe. But for right now, I just put extra lunch box stuff in there, which I think will work out good because then I can just grab the whole bin and take it to the kitchen if I need to, or I might do the same system but keep it in a cabinet in the kitchen. So for right now I'm just turning that bin upside down to make it look like more aesthetic to the eye. But I think this will function great. You have to have a drop zone for your kids' stuff anyway, and we have to have 2 water bottles per kid because obviously if they leave one at school or whatnot. But did anybody else take a water bottle when they were younger? Because I never remember doing that. But I will say, working in the school, taking a water bottle is so much more functional. During COVID, when COVID was in, you couldn't drink out of the water fountain just because of germs and stuff. But now it's so much more convenient because you're not sending the kids out of the classroom as much to get a drink. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to turn down a kid if they need a drink or to go to the bathroom. But I did get these from the Dollar Tree as well. They're just little condiment containers, and then like other containers you can put ketchup and ranch and stuff in. Here's what I'm doing for now. Again, I'm going to use it for the first few weeks of school and see how it works. Our school actually did get free lunch this year for all students, no matter your income. So I'm not sure how much we will be packing our lunch this year. I did utilize that in the past when they had free lunch, so I'm sure I will this year as well. because it is a super money saving hack if you can get free lunch at your school. If not, I definitely recommend packing every day. Then you can choose what is going into their lunch, which again, I will probably still pack on days I know they won't eat the stuff, just so I know they're getting the nutrition that they need and they're staying full all day, because they come home starving. So now I am just tidying the house yet again because I need room to work on this table, and I just can't sit here and do the stuff that I need to do without cleaning, because everything was disgusting. And if you are wondering, this video was filmed on multiple days. I would say over about a week's time it was filmed. So I'm just throwing in all the stuff that I like to do before I get ready for school. School to start, I mean. So here is our calendar. I have our calendar, our meal plan, and our behavior charts on the side of my fridge. Now, the reason I wanted the magnetic black ones is because it blends in, but then it's also there and we see it every day and walk. And then I am just erasing their chore charts. They do have a abundance of chores that is just simple things I can show you guys here at the end, but I'm just redoing those. And then these are like the key to morning and afternoon routines. And I am fed up with the little thing that it came with. So, because this keeps falling out, I've lost 2 of the pieces. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to trace the lines on it, and then I'm going to just throw that piece away. And then I'm going to take my little label maker that's right there, and I'm going to make labels and put on there. And the nice thing about the labels is you can tear them off if something changes, or if you need to tweak your routine, you can do that. So I started doing this. I actually have had these chore charts for years and years. When they were toddlers, they really liked them, but I actually started doing this when I had my mouth surgery, and I told them, this is what you have to get done. I need you to help me out, and I need you to be the ones responsible. And mind you, my kids are 6, 8, and 10. There's no reason why they can't do this stuff on their own. So I will obviously make them breakfast, but then they are to brush their teeth. They need to get dressed. They need to get their lunch in their lunchbox and make sure their book bag is ready. They need to have their shoes on. That's the morning. And then lunch, and then immediately after school, they need to make sure they put their book bag in their lunch up where it goes. Their binders need to come out so I can look at if they have any homework. They need to do their homework, and then I'm going to mandate 20 minutes of reading as soon as they get home from school. And then they are allowed to play on the Xbox or the TV. Also, if for some reason I am sick, or, they have breakfast options that they can make themselves, and then they know exactly what they need to do before school starts. So I recommend having this, and plus, kids just really like to check lists, so it's perfect. So now I'm making a homework caddy. This, again, I've done for years and years. I've actually used the same caddy before. It was a remote caddy, but again, we are going to utilize what we have. I'm putting books in there that I want them to read when they get home from school. And then we're going to have glue, scissors, erasers, pencil sharpener, pencils, crayons, markers. And I think that's it. Scissors, did I say scissors? But this is super, you need to do this, especially if you do not have like a designated homework space for them to do. Typically, we just do homework at the table. That's what all my kids prefer because we can all sit there and do that together. Okay, so we have like a lunchbox station, we have a drop zone station. Now we need, you guessed, a homework station. So I use this little secretary's desk that I've had for years and years and years. It was my mom's, who has passed away, so it's super sentimental to me, and I make it work no matter, even if it's not even that functional. But we're gonna tidy it up and we're gonna get it working. I'm gonna have their tablets there, which I think I'm gonna give them tablet time after school, just to kind of unwind a little bit, but they have to make sure, you know, that list is done before they can get on there. So I am going to get those back up and charging. I think I really need to get them new tablets, so I might invest into some new ones. These are just the Amazon ones, super cheap and affordable, so I might just get them the newer ones. They've honestly had these for probably 5 years. And then, as I'm going through all this stuff, I remembered that they had 4 sets of headphones, which I didn't even need to buy them new headphones this year, but I did. But they have backups just in case. I'm going to be removing this box. And look at this little hand. Look at him. He is just photobombing me right now, isn't he? But he is so cute. So I put the homework caddy on here as well as extra headphones for their tablets. And then I did have this paper organizer over there. I put coloring books, extra paper, extra writing paper, little activities they can do. And then I really wanted my printer to work here, but it didn't. I did end up moving my laptop out here on this stand though, because they do use it frequently for school if they have to catch up on some assignments. So I did put that out here just to have easy access to. But I love how this area turned out, and again, it's already here, so it's super easy to grab next to the table. So here is where everything is on the fridge. I have all the schedules. I have my little menu over there for what we're eating. And this is super easy and convenient to keep up on because it's right here. Then we have the homework station. I do have links for the calendar and the behavior chore charts, and I do have the link for these chore charts, and I did color code them based on what was the morning and what was the afternoon. And here is, these slide out nice and easy. And then here's what I have in the bin so far, but let me know if you have any other ideas on what I could do with these bins at the bottom. I'm really thinking shoes. And then we have their book bags hanging. And then I am just doing a brief declutter of their clothes. And this is crazy. This is both of my boys' t-shirts. And they didn't find much to get rid of because typically we get rid of things periodically throughout the year. But I wanted to go through and I wanted to see what type of pants they needed. Now, I did only buy minimal stuff starting off at the beginning of school because it's still really hot here. So they each got a couple extra pairs of shorts, and then they each got 5 t-shirts. Now, come time for it start getting cold, they do have 2 pairs of jeans right now and 2 pairs of sweatpants that still fit. But once it gets into September and October, I am going to go stock up on the pants. But my kids' birthdays are in the winter, and I swear if I buy pants right now, they will, come October, November, December, they will outgrow them. So I like to wait a little bit into the school year before I buy pants. My boys will wear shorts until it's literally 50 degrees out anyway. So here's him just going through some of his shorts that he didn't like, and the rest of his shorts are dirty. And then I did have him try his sweatpants on just to get a feel for what size he will need. He is in between a small and a medium, but I know I'm going to get a medium. And then same with my other son, Bo. He is in between a medium and a large right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get him a large, and they will just be big a little bit until they shrink or until they grow. But I typically like to have minimal clothing for them because they go through it so fast, and they like the same style of clothing. They like the same pair of jeans, so I get them a couple pairs of that same style jean. And then the sweatpants, I really like for them to just have black sweatpants so they can match with anything, or I'll do the camo sweatpants or these tan ones or gray ones, something that they can wear with any type of shirt. And I get multiple sets of those pants, if that makes sense. So it's all the same brand and the same style, just different colors. Preferably black, but I have a hard time finding black sweatpants. So yeah, there's that. And I did get them 2 new hoodies, I think, but they like to wear their school's hoodies. And then they each got 1 pair of shoes to start the year off because, again, I'm telling you, come December, they're going to outgrow their shoes. My daughter is still on the hunt for her shoes. She is just so picky. I'm about to just pick something out for her and tell her that's what she's stuck with. And y'all, look at this girl's clothes pile, but I'm so proud of her. She ends up getting rid of a lot of stuff, but again, she's so picky and she wears the same things over and over again, and a lot of these things actually still have the tags on them. But she did really good at getting rid of her clothes, and all of my kids do a really good job at getting rid of things because they know it's gonna bless another kid, and then it makes room for new stuff that they can get. So she actually had quite a bit of pants now, but I'm still going to get her a couple of pants as well once the fall season comes in. And then my daughter did get some new things. She got 2 pairs of sweatpants, a couple t-shirts, a couple flannels. She got a romper, stuff, dressy stuff like that. She, again, was super picky, so we couldn't find much that she really wanted. But I ended up getting rid of a whole trash bag full of stuff, so I'm super happy about that. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I worked my little tushy off for you guys the last couple days. I know you see like multiple outfit changes, but really everything takes time, especially when you're doing it on top of all your other daily messes and practices started this week. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a comment, a like, a subscribe, whatever, and make sure to share this video with your friends. It is free to share, so please share it for me. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next ones. Bye.